Soul Garden.
Hello officers, Scorpios, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. And a reminder, come on down to soulgarden.me, the most loving space on the internet. We now have office hours on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 11 a.m. Pacific, and now my show, Unite the Light, office hours on Fridays, 12 noon Pacific. So come down, chat it up, say hello, and join in basking in the light. Well, it is a passionate month, to say the least. This is the month where we are working as a planet on our emotions. And for Scorpios, that is also a simultaneous spiritual path on what brings meaning and purpose. So basically, if you're a Scorpio, if it brings you meaning and purpose, you are emotional and passionate about it. If it doesn't bring you meaning and purpose, you will not be passionate about it. And one beta test as a Scorpio is they both must come together. And that's what we're doing. Now, when we started off this month, we were shaking emotional contexts that didn't serve us. Then we went out shopping for a new emotional state of awareness, a new belief structure, a new life purpose that might serve you. Last week, stepping into that passion, stepping into the emotional shui of it. And this week, we're going to enter into the passionate shui. In other words, we're going to step into full emotional passion, where the two parts of yourself come together, where your emotional response system is on par with your personal purpose and meaning in life. They're both coordinated, and your emotional response system is set up to respond according to your life's meaning and purpose. That is a calibrated Cancer if you're a Scorpio. Now on Monday we have kind of a complicated day. Actually, Venus rules the day, so the universe's intention is to restore balance and order to your life. So that can be fun or chaotic depending on how out of balance it may be. I'll tell you right now, Scorpio, you'll likely have to respond differently on Monday. So whatever comes at you, you likely have to innovate your emotional response, take it higher in order to live up to that life purpose that you've been working on all month. So you have to take it higher. At the same time, Mercury is retrograde. It retrograded over the weekend, and so now our Gemini state of awareness, or our intellect, has switched seats. Now, if you don't know, everyone's mind has two voices. We have a primary voice and a secondary voice. In a retrograde, they switch seats. So we start to discover things we have ignored or not paid attention to, or have paid attention to, but now it has boiled up to the surface because it's a primary voice in us. In your case, this might be around career or legacy issues that you're having reconsideration, or the other voice is saying things you don't like. But really remember, it's about staying on emotional response par with your life purpose on Monday. On Tuesday, Neptune rules the day, and the moon itself moves into Cancer. So now the life purpose emotional response gets intense. It becomes emotionally charged. Hopefully yesterday you figured it out, because today it is charged. So whatever you have yesterday, just turn up the volume. At the same time, Neptune spaces us out, making our psychic state of awareness the primary state of awareness. And what you're doing fundamentally on Tuesday is trying to log into your higher self, log into your God service provider, and see your GPS, God positioning system. Like, are you in alignment with your highest purpose? That's really the question. Is your passion, life purpose in alignment with your spiritual purpose? That's the other question. And what comes to an end of questioning is the Mars versus Uranus opposition. They've been pulling on each other for some time. Mars in Libra saying, time for Scorpios to cut cords, cut weeds, get out of any karmic situation. Uranus in Aries on the other side of this saying, and you'll have to innovate the way you live in the moment to do that. So innovation meets building faith, or facing weeds. Well, whatever tug of war those two had on each other likely comes to a conclusion, a decision, if you will, some sort of a peace pact between the two sides of your life, reality and killing weeds. Then on Wednesday, it's Lightcast Day, the most powerful day of the month to manifest our intentions. That's because the two first steps of manifestation come together. That is I love, represented by the sun, and I feel, represented by the moon. I love, I feel. I love, I feel. That's really what makes reality happen, loving and feeling it. For you, you are loving and feeling it when it comes to the life purpose, and when it comes to the new emotional response system you have developed to support your life purpose. And with Saturn ruling the day, technically Lightcast Day is both the manifestation, or the light casting, that is the pre-moment before manifestation, and it is also a commitment. You are committing, deciding, and pointing to a life purpose, passionate direction on Lightcast Day. And those watched over by GA will be texting you and helping you through the entire light casting. Then on Thursday, it's time to act on this. So put your money where your mouth is on Thursday. Practice what you preach. That's what the universe is going to say. It's highly likely you're being called to practice what you preach at work. The moon moves into Leo, that's why. So emotions shift to career, legacy, and important decisions in your life. But the lesson of the month doesn't shift. It's still living and stepping and acting on this new emotional response and life purpose. And as of Thursday, the universe blesses us with a yod. That's God giving us a finger, a yod, pointing to what? Pluto in Capricorn. And now Pluto retrograde in Capricorn at 7 degrees comes down to Jupiter conjuncting Venus in Gemini, and then over to the moon conjuncting Mercury retrograde in Leo. So what this says to Scorpios is you got to take this at wanting to take control of your career and legacy, this passion around career legacy. Take your desire or your need to shift and expand your trust and intimacy. And what do you need to do? Rethink your attitude. Pluto retrograde at 7 degrees is saying rethink the attitude, Scorpio, rethink your intellectual approach, rethink whether or not you're using the right information, reconsider that, says Pluto, your home mothership planet, by the way, and that reconsideration probably opens the door, says the yod, says God. By the way, the last time Pluto was retrograde 7 degrees was actually July 26, 1766, 10 years before the American Revolution. So none of us are used to it, don't worry. Now, moving on to Friday. Friday's actually a pretty groovy day. Why? Well, the moon's in Leo, so it's actually sunny and professional for you. You are holding space, not letting anything waver with this new emotional response / meaning purpose direction. And I want to just point out this trine going on between the Jupiter-Venus conjunction up to Mars in Libra. What this is saying is it's kind of a dual fold. As you expand your definition of what to trust and not to trust, as you open up what you protect and don't protect, then you will see you can kill the weeds. You can move forward with inner faith. A lot of times, says this trine, you are holding yourself back with your own boundary laws from progressing spiritually in your faith. So be more flexible in what you will and won't do if you want inner faith, says this trine, says it on Friday, and hopefully you listen. Then Saturday, we are tested. We're at the 29th degree of Sun in Cancer. So this is kind of when the devil tempts you back in the transit. So something in your life, probably a friend, the moon is in Virgo, so your emotions have shifted to social context, friendship, how you feel yourself in the world. So it might be something about how you feel yourself in the world that tests what? The entire emotional response thing, the entire what your emotional purpose is. So a friend might challenge you on the purpose. Your job is to pursue forward, to hold emotional space, to act on what feels right on Saturday. And look at this. Pluto is an old, holy, looks like a Masonic symbol here because it's got two squares and it's got the yod going on. It clearly reconsider your attitude, Scorpio, says the Pluto retrograde at 7 degrees. Reconsider. If you don't know what it should be, listen to your higher self because your spirit sure does know. And when you do this, what these two squares says is you will break free from any fears between your mind and your karma killing, and you will break free from anything holding you back in your lifestyle expansion. So your life moves forward, your karma gets killed when you reconsider what your attitude is. Okay, can't say it enough. Then on Sunday, it's 0 degrees. We're now moving into Leo transit, but we're not quite. Pluto rules the day. This is the one day of the month that Scorpios rule the planet entirely. God help everyone. Tell me how you're feeling, by the way. Come on down to one of my talk shows and tell me how you feel on a 0 degree day. I'm curious how Scorpios feel. Never done that study in my head before. But nonetheless, it is a transition day. You're shifting from the whole meaning purpose, hallelujah, now to the, okay, let's get started in our career. Let's implement that in our decision making. Let's implement that in our control mechanisms. That's the next 30 we'll be working on when the sun goes 1 degree on Monday. But on Sunday, you're kind of feeling half in and half out. And the moon is in your house of society, so it's a social day on Sunday, even though everything is just a little off. All right, my officer Scorpio, that's all I have for your 7-day forecast. I will be back in 7 more. Until then, live, love, be.